Hello student, welcome back to our online class for the first session. So student, what day is today everyone? Today is Tuesday, May 27th, 2021, okay? So student, first session that you are going to learn today, you learn about hang out to unit 8 our house. This one you have learned so far, and today also you are going to study about this unit, but you have to learn about 2 pages. One is 94 and also 95 that you have already learned from the previous session some phrase already. Okay, but now we still continue to do on this lesson, okay, on this page. So can you see it right now? Now student, before you move to the channel, can you see right now we have like page 94 and 95, can you see? Okay, so before you go to see the whole text and read the whole text in here, you have to review some phrase that you have already learned from the previous session, right? So this one I say about what do the student live in a special house. This one is a live in a special house, move it to another place, take their house. This one is take their house, get their house ready for a few minutes, up to you. This one I just write some phrase because this I select from our text. In the middle of, next to the dresser, live in an apartment. This one I say apartment, we can say flat or house, similar, okay? Apartment mean a place that you live in, the same as flat or house, okay? So student, as you already know about some phrases in here, now it's time to read, okay? So in here we have, like I have already mentioned, we have 2 parts. Part A, listen and read, okay? And part B, answer the question in circle. So student, if you want to answer the question correctly, you have to understand about the text, right? If you don't understand the text, you cannot answer correctly. Understand what I mean? So that's why you have to understand the text. So the way that you are going to understand the text, before you can know this phrase, and you listen carefully, and after that you read again and again. Make sure that you understand the text, and then you can answer correctly. Okay. So now student, read with me. Okay. Answer the question in circle. So we have only 2 questions that you are going to do today. Like number 1, what is in the middle of this one is a gas. What is in the middle of the gas? The gas, this one is a house, but they call gas in Mongolian country, right? In Mongolian, okay? So A, addresses, B, a store, C, a tent. And number 2, what is the next to the dresses? What is the next to the dresses? A, bed, B, desk, C, stove, right? Stove. Can you see? Stove, we have a letter H also. Okay, so student, we have like 2 questions, and then the answer you have to circle it. You circle A, B or C. If you want to do it correctly, please listen to me. I read for you, and after that you read. And after you read, you can understand, you can answer the question, right? So now, I read for you. Listen everyone, start to listen. A Mongolian house. This is Naram. He is from Mongolia. His family live in a special house. We call this house a gas. A gas is a simple house You can move it to another place, just like a tent. A gear is a big tent. Naram family move often. They can take the house with them. They can get the house ready for in a few hours. The house has everything. This is a stove in the middle. There is a stove in the middle. There is a table next to the stove. The family eat there. They are two beds next to the dresses. There are some chairs too. These days, most people in Mongolia live in a house or an apartment. But some people still live in a gear. Okay, so in here, you can see inside gear, we have can you see? This one the same as a tent, but very big. Okay, we have desk, table, chair, bed. Okay, and okay, you can eat inside our gears also. This one is inside. This one is a gear. Can you see? It can move because of they have a wheel. So they have like a tent. A tent, when you go camping, you have a tent. So a tent is very small. It's small. Okay, you can sleep only 2 or 4 people inside, but it gets the same as a house or like a tent because it can move. Okay, can you see it right now? You can see the picture and then you can understand all this, right? So now it's time that you answer the question with me. Okay? Now I let you will have 3 minutes or 4 minutes to read it, and after that you can answer with me. So now start to read, student. Okay, thank you, student. After you read, after you do the listening, you can read. Now you read already, and then make sure that if you want to pronunciation correctly, you have to do you have to listen to the native speaker in here. Okay, so now start to listen.
A. Listen and read. A Mongolian house.
This is Naran. He is from Mongolia. His family lives in a special house. We call this house a ger. A ger is a simple house. You can move it to another place just like a tent. A ger is a big tent. Naran's family moves often. They can take their house with them. They can get their house ready in a few hours. Their house has everything. There is a stove in the middle. There is a table next to the stove. The family eats there. There are 2 beds next to the dressers. There are some chairs too. These days, most people in Mongolia live in a house or an apartment. But some people still live in a ger.
For you listening, you listen and then you read, or you read in advance. You read first, or after that you can listen, up to you. But make sure that you can answer this. So now both you do already, you have listened to the native speaker for you, and then you have read already with me, right? Or I also read for you. So now answer 2 questions with me, okay? So now what is in the middle of the gas? So A trusses, B a stove, C a tent. So in the middle of the gear is what? In the middle of a gear, this one is a stove, right? So you should got B, letter B is correct answer. Can you see what point? Okay, so their house has everything. There is a stove in the middle. Yeah, so a stove in the middle of the gear. So letter B is correct. So move to number 2. What is the neck to the dresser? mean a bed, a desk, a stove next to the churches. So next to the churches, this one is a letter A is a bed. Yeah, letter A. Letter A is the correct answer. So what point? Can you see it right now? The house has everything. There is a stove in the middle. There is a table next to the stove. The family eat there. There are two beds next to the churches. Can you see? There are two beds next to the churches. And here you can see inside a gear. And then you can answer also. First time you have to listen or read. And after that you have to see something inside a gear, and then you can answer correctly. So number one, letter B, a stove is in the middle of a gear. And letter A, a bed. The bed are next to the churches. So because of two, right? Two bed. Thank you very much for the first session today. So first session, hang out, that you are going to do the listening and reading and answer already, and then we have some phrase that you are going to know today from the previous session that you have learned. We have review in here also to make you identify all this. Okay, thank you very much for the first session. Wait for the second session, students.